Contenders for the Tory leadership have been putting their cases to MPs ahead of the second ballot of voting. 6 candidates remain in the contest and they will need the backing of at least 33 MPs to continue. The new Prime Minister is expected to be announced during the week of the 22nd of July. Tom Rayner has the latest from Westminster.
The husting session for Conservative MPs to grill the remaining candidates has just concluded. Boris Johnson was the last to go up in front of MPs. He didn't speak to reporters as we waited outside on the way in, and he didn't speak to us on the way out. But one of his backers, the former Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson, came out and described what Boris did as a commanding performance. He said that every time he goes up in front of members of Parliament, it's becoming increasingly obvious he is the man for the job. On the contrary, you had Amber Rudd, who is, of course, backing the Foreign Secretary, Jeremy Hunt. Her appraisal of Boris Johnson's performance was that he didn't tell us anything new, he's holding his line, but there wasn't enough time to ask him real questions that were probing of his positions. Now, I think the key thing, Mark, that's been discussed all day is this issue of whether or not Boris Johnson's absence at the debate last night and again at the hustings in front of political journalists is wise politically. Certainly his supporters don't seem to have a problem with it. Dominic Raab, for instance, earlier today saying that the hustings in front of political journalists were an essential gauntlet that anyone seeking to be Prime Minister should go through, and that it was wrong that Boris Johnson wasn't doing it. That said, we will see him on the televised debates tomorrow evening, where we may have seen at least one, but maybe more candidates drop out as a result of the ballot tomorrow.